Parshat Vayeshev. You see on your screen. This is a very special menorah just for 2020. Leave the screen for just a moment. What is 2020 if not a dumpster fire? This is an artist recently posted this online. A very special menorah just for 2020. It is the shape of a dumpster that you literally light on fire in honor of this, shall we say, very special year. You can switch over and also give me a alt tab. Yeah. Oh, and unfortunately, the scrolling does not work on me. You see, if something can go wrong, it will. Let me take the keyboard. Yep, kind of works. Okay, we got the clicker working. I'll give this back to you. Yeah, we should. It's been a very special year and a very special week. We, of course, my week was not as hard as Joseph's week has been. I mean, Joseph, my goodness, he was a little bit of a jerk. Let's be honest. He's a little bit arrogant towards his brothers. Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. You would think that speaking of Jacob, you would think that he would have learned after watching his parents play favorites. You'd think that he would have learned not to play favorites with his own children and turn them against each other. But of course, that's exactly, or at least part of what happens. He does play favorites. He does favor Joseph, his youngest, and or at the time, he later has an even younger son, Benjamin, and he does favor Joseph, who's much younger than his brothers, and yet Joseph is also, he kind of rubs it in his brothers' faces that he's dad's favorite, that he's God's special one, that he has the special blessing, and all of his brothers are going to bow down to him. Yes, he ends up being right. That's in next week's Torah portion. But it's still not a nice thing to say. But even so, we all have a sibling, those of you who have siblings, who sometimes you just gets on your nerves. But I don't think any of us did or have done to our siblings. Being a younger sibling, I know I might have it coming sometimes, but not once has my sister ever thrown me into a pit and left me for dead. Not once has my sister ever tried to sell me into slavery, although one of you told me recently about your sibling trying to sell you. So I suppose it's always possible that it could happen, but usually none of you have sold a sibling into slavery, and that's exactly what happened to Joseph, who was thrown in a pit, left for dead. His brother said, "Well, maybe we shouldn't kill him. Let's just tell our dad he's dead. What a horrible thing to do. And we'll sell him, and then we get a little bit of money on the side as well. We get rid of our annoying brother, and we sell him off." That's not where his troubles end. He ends up getting bought, and he's such a good worker that he becomes the manager of the household, and the matron of the house, the woman of the house, ends up basically framing him for sexual harassment and getting him kicked out. And he's once again left in the wind. He ends up getting caught and going to prison. And by the way, he's not the only one who's having a rough week. Dina, this is not her worst week. She's had some rough weeks in the past. Uh, uh, she, but this week is certainly no picnic for her either. Just trying to get some kind of legitimate recognition from her family. And, you've got, I'm sorry, Tamar, not Dina. Tamar does not have a picnic this week either, who is just trying to get some recognition from her family. And these two stories are paired together in what really adds up to a really lousy week. It's a lousy week in a lousy year. And with Hanukkah arriving, that's our signal, our shining light that this year might just be over. Like these two young people in this Torah portion, I think that young people especially are experiencing the troubles of this year uh, in their lives even more acutely than parents or even grandparents. Which is why I found the following article from a college student writing about her experience, looking to the future, reflecting on the past, a letter of goodbye to 2020. Dear 2020, goodbye. You have been a long year. Personally, I have felt your effects in my studies, in the way the holidays feel different, especially now around this time of year. While I cannot say that I've learned how to live on campus or deal with dining hall food, I can say that I've learned quite a few things somewhere within the eternity of your 12 months. One of the most important things that I've learned is to cherish the time I spend with others, as well as the amount of time I have with them. I think often of our lives before quarantine, the simple pleasures such as going to grab a coffee with a friend or settling in for a movie night. I realize now that I took this time for granted. Looking back, these simple pleasures are the times I cherish the most. I've also learned to appreciate the people around me, including myself. 2020, you have brought me face to face with my loved ones and brought challenges for us to overcome together. I now cherish my parents and appreciate their love and support more than ever before. I cherish my friends and their ability to make me laugh every day, no matter the circumstances. And most importantly, I have learned how to cherish myself. Spending months and months stuck in my home with only the company of myself and my immediate family, I've had ample time to work on the person I am and gain a little more appreciation for my body and mind. However, above all else, I've learned what it means to be empathetic toward others. Through inspiring movements and heavy losses, I've been given a glimpse into the struggles of people around me. I've not only learned to acknowledge the struggles of others, but feel and fight for them as well. Goodbye, 2020. Within the long months of quarantine, I've also found small things to be grateful for. Personally, I'm thankful for the shows, the movies, and music that I've discovered. I'm thankful for the creativity I have found in the world now that our doors are closed and our minds are open. I'm thankful for summer nights and sunny days, for the way the world has paused and let me improve upon myself. I'm grateful to see the world come together, to see how we as a nation and a world have begun to speak out for what is right, challenge predetermined norms, and push for something better. Although there is still an uphill battle waiting to be climbed and a middle ground waiting to be found, I am grateful for the humility I still find in the world every day. Overall, 2020, you have taught me how to look for the good hidden among the bad. Goodbye, 2020. Although there are parts of me that are grateful for what I have learned and what I have discovered, the largest part of me will not miss you, 2020. I will not miss the lowest days where I was stuck in my bed all day. I will not miss your divisive politics. I will not miss the pain you've caused the people I love, or the way you have driven a great distance between friends and family alike. I will not miss the goodbyes you have forced us to say or the losses that others have gone through. I will not miss the darkness of you, 2020, and the great pain that you have caused. I cannot speak for everyone, but I can say that we have all felt this year. We have felt the lows and the highs and everything in between. We will feel the impact of you long after you end, but we will learn to live beyond it and grow into something better. Goodbye, 2020. It is your time to end. Sincerely, a writer from the Clog, Isabella Carreno. Thank you, Isabella, for sharing these powerful words that I think we have all felt. Goodbye, 2020.